Hello everybody, this is Maniac for Bricks. It's actually kind of awkward that I didn't have a flashback video last week. I was trying to put one together but didn't get it done in enough time, so I apologize, and now for this week there will be two instead. This is actually a special model that I received from a master builder at the Legoland Discovery Center in Westchester, New York in October of 2016. I'll give you the spiel for it as far as how I got to acquire this. So, they usually have an adult night in which, for a small fee of about, I think it was like $15 admittance, you can go through the Legoland Discovery Center from a certain time period, and it's just adults. Like, you don't have to worry about bringing kids in there, because it's usually a policy that you have to bring in a child with you during the day hours, but they usually have like a night reserved for adults. So they have a bunch of games, they have a couple activities, food and drink available. You can go through most of the, exhibits that they have in the Discovery Center, and I say most of them because they got the playground and you can't really squeeze in there. It's for kids. But I was able to go through like the different rides that they have in there, like different building areas, the 4D theater, all that stuff that you could like walk around, check it out, interact with it. Usually towards the end of the night for these adult nights, which happen once a month or once every other month or something like that, usually updated through their individual location pages. I usually find out about mine on Facebook. Usually with each of these, they will end the night with a building competition, and they have a theme with it. So those who want to can enter and try to win one of 3 Master Builder models. This is one of them. I actually have pictures here of the others. And there's basically try to build something to a Halloween theme. They pour out a bunch of pieces on the table. They just ask anybody that's participating to try to build something relative to whatever theme it is. Sometimes it's been music. Sometimes it's Halloween because it's holiday. But they're a lot of fun. And you build it within a certain time frame. When you're done, they will judge it with the master builder there and some of the other employees and pick their favorites. First prize gets first pick of any of the 3 models. Second prize, second pick, and third prize, gets the third model. The other 2, being the graveyard and the firehouse from Ghostbusters. This is based on the reboot, which is the Chinese restaurant from Ghostbusters. Which I have not seen that movie. I am not against seeing that movie. I just wasn't completely into it at first, but I am still open to the idea of seeing it. And with this, I've only seen bits of like how the movie looks, and I remember Lego Dimensions having the firehouse, or not the firehouse, the Chinese restaurant. This looks pretty accurate. This is pretty well done for a miniature scale version of it. And there are actually a couple of cool building techniques in here as well. So, the first thing I want to mention, probably one of the best parts about this, look, I'm not going to take this thing apart. I like keeping it as a display, and it's not glued together. And I know because I accidentally dropped it that same night, had to rebuild it when I got home. So, a few things here and there with the sign might be a little bit off from what it used to be, but it is still, the same construction. But when I accidentally dropped it, I actually found out a lot of these trans clear pieces are 1x2 jumpers that are used in the windows. So it's very nice how all of those are put into this model and how the Master Model Builder was able to acquire all these, because it's usually a less common part to get. This whole assembly is done sideways for this window at some of the wall. You can kind of see how the anti-studs are lining up there. So, very cool. It is actually hollow on the inside of this, so I can't open it up and show any extra details. Or at least, there wouldn't really be too much to see on the inside. There are more sand green pieces. That's really nice how, 2x6, 2x3, all along the roof. And, they really didn't have to, but it really does add more to detail with using each of those jumpers. Because if you had just a brick in here, or even a trans-clear brick, it would look a lot more plain. But this adds a bit more to how this thing looks. I like how it's supposed to emulate the Chinese lettering on the top here. Again, I may have messed that up, but I didn't build this, so it's hard to tell. This is a bit angled. I'm not even sure. Oh, they just use a couple of these pieces and just kind of like wedges underneath the plates to keep this sturdy. Like, I can't even move this too much up and down without breaking it. Everything I touch gets ruined. Anywho, fixed it. And really nice for getting the angle there for the roof. You get a little box on the side. I believe that's supposed to be an extra door. There's also another door up here that goes to a second roof, open, and has like a few things on the front of that window. You also have some piping along here, which looks pretty nice. It kind of looks pretty plain on the back, but at least it keeps the consistency from the front. And you can see like different uses of plates and bricks inside of here, so it keeps it very well put. Like, when I dropped this thing, only a couple pieces fell off here and there as far as windows and such, but most of the structure was actually very sturdy. It's also, you know, sturdy from underneath, so it's a nice thing here. I do like how it's all surrounded in gray, so it has like a nice display look to it, or like a sidewalk or something. So it wraps the thing up very nicely. A big thank you to Veronica, the master builder that was working there at the time, for this model, for building these and many others. I was really happy to have met her. I met her actually previously to that event, and just some of you may have seen, I got like a little bit of a sneak peek inside of the master builder's workshop that they have at the center, and you can see pictures here. It's really it looks complicated, but it's really well done. They have an area for all kinds of parts. They have a computer for designing stuff, and they also have tons of areas for just miniature displays or just little doodles that they do, just to try to play around with Lego pieces, like you and me. They do some great work. I always appreciate it. That's like one of the first times I ever met a master model builder, so I really do enjoy the experience. And I was able to meet a few after that, but I will have to come back for the adult night. I mean, in general, the adult nights are fun, whether or not I win in a competition, but I definitely do want to hang out with other Lego adult fans, you know, because you don't have to worry about just doing Lego as a kid. There are plenty of adult Lego fans that love to build and, you know, make careers out of it. So, highly encouraged. And check out your local Lego Discovery Center for how to be part of those kinds of things. So, thank you for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I do apologize for it being an offset flashback video, but it's also very timely since it's Halloween, and I don't think I really talked about this before on the channel that much, mostly just a couple pictures here and there through Instagram, and hope you guys, you know, have a good Halloween.